live with coverage you can count on. This is News 2 at 11.
Good Saturday evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sofia Arazoza. Crews were on scene here for more than 12 hours, and you can see some of this debris still smoldering.
Right now it is empty, but soon it will be filled with supplies. Our first stop will be Fort Drum, New York, taking advantage of the sights and sounds of the fair from right here on the Ferris wheel. I also want to show you just how strong those wind gusts got. You can see the sign not only knocked over, but also bent in half. And what do you want Daddy to know?
I want him to know I love him a lot.
Love him a lot. And Daddy, how was it today seeing your girls?
Very, very special.
We saw some of these cars being driven off the bridge. It's clear that they sustained a lot of damage. The windshield was shattered, so you can get an idea of just how frightening this must have been.
It was, as authorities describe it, an absolutely horrific crime. The nation's worst mass shooting in a house of worship.
All food, water, tents, computers, you name it, they're being loaded up to this C-17. Take a look at this Humvee. This is one of 3 that's being loaded up on these ramps now. Take a look at this scene. It takes up a big portion of the road here. You could see this water gushing out. Now, Charleston police say the bones were unearthed.
This here was the sanctuary where service has taken place for decades. The pews and altar behind me almost unrecognizable. The Mount Pleasant Police Department is on scene of a 3-car collision on the eastbound side of the Wando Bridge tonight.
And a fire in McClellanville destroys this building. What happened and why this structure was so important for the people in the area. But take a look. When he checked yesterday, all he found were these broken cables and blocks left behind.
They could be in Texas for years, helping with recovery from Hurricane Harvey.
And what are you most excited about?
Daddy.
Daddy, and what are you going to do when you see him?
Get a big hug and a big kiss.
But who or how many people will be indicted remains a mystery. This has prompted a barrage of tweets from President Trump today.
C-17 missions like this one happen day in and day out. Whether they're going to Puerto Rico, St. Croix, or St. Thomas, it has been a busy hurricane season for them. Reporting in San Antonio, Sofia Arazoza, News 2.
That's how close the fire was to us.
Kelly Parker and Jared Collins make their way through their condemned home. At 5 a.m. on New Year's Day, time stopped and electricity popped. Their bedroom burned, but they made it out.
It's so scary. We're thankful for our lives and that we got out. But now we need to rebuild.
It's hard to tell, but that's a space heater. These burned wires and this fried outlet tell the story about what happened.
We had a space heater fire in the master bedroom closet from faulty wiring or faulty GFI.
Parker and Collins are grateful that on that New Year's Day, their lives were spared. They say not by angels, but by their dogs.
My Doberman was sitting on my head. She wouldn't get off of me, and she was scared, and I kept pushing her, trying to get off of me, but she would not move. And it's something that she doesn't ever do.
They say those dogs are worth more than diamonds, but this stairway to nowhere is all that is left to their home and hearts.
All my memorabilia, a lot of pictures, a lot of my whole past. And I'm 57 years old, and I've lost everything.
With 365 days until the next New Year, they're counting their blessings, even if they don't have clothes or a place to live.
What are we going to do? That's what's in my mind. What do we do next? We have no insurance. We have no means of buying the material to just rebuild.
I love folly. I love folly.
Sometimes if you love something, it's hard to let it go.
I'm a front beacher.
That's just what happened to BT Weathers. Refusing to seek shelter inland,
This was a bad boy.
he rode out the storm.
I figured I'd ride this one out because they said it was going to be simple, but it wasn't simple.
Alone in the beachfront home
It was just terrifying.
he built in 1965.
We hung in there. We made it.
His wife
I was panicking.
and family unable to reach him.
I couldn't get in touch with him. I lost cell service and we had no electricity and I didn't know what was going on.
The waves breaching the seawall,
It was pretty tough. They were coming over from one side and
twisting his beach walkover.
big waves, big waves.
washing away 9 feet of protective sand and rocks.
I mean, it just liquefied all.
The storm surge filling his street with 2 feet of seawater.
The neighbor told me we were flooding on this side, and either way I was going to drown.
Tropical storm Irma surpassing his expectations.
But it can handle it. Folly's tough little owl.
As for the next storm, you'll find him at home.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
It's there that he feels his best.
I have a lot of questions on Facebook if I made it, so I made it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. The news continues on our website, counton2.com, and we'll be right back here at 11. Have a good night.